I'm Hannah Cruz at the Church Musician's Assistant. This is the final lesson in my series of videos talking about how to adapt and play hymns that are traditionally written for the organ, how to play those on the piano and accompany a congregation successfully on the piano. In this lesson, I want to discuss what we can do at the ends of verses going into the next verses to indicate clearly to the congregation that they ought to breathe. On the organ, most organists hold the final note of the hymn for an allotted period of time and then release for 1 or 2 beats, usually in tempo. And that silence is what cues the congregation to breathe and come in together on the next verse. But because the piano decays when you hit a note, the release of the chord doesn't really indicate clearly where the breath is and what the tempo is. So in my opinion, we need to do a little extra work at the end of verses to bring in the congregation in unison on the following verse. One idea is to play the final chord as written of the hymn, and then in tempo play the penultimate beat before the congregation is due to come in. Play that penultimate beat on the 5 chord. For example, let's take the hymn, I Danced in the Morning. This tune is Simple Gifts. At the end, we have this phrase. And then the next verse has a pickup note, etc. All we have to do is add a nice 5 chord after the final note, and congregants will most likely feel that it is time to come in on the next verse. So, for example, now I did that without lifting my hands off the keyboard at all. I didn't add any rests or pauses, because as I described before, the decay of the piano and the release of the chord, it doesn't do so much to communicate cutting off and breathing to the congregation. But the 5 chord, that will aurally communicate clearly that it is now time to go into the next verse. Now, if you want to extend this idea a little bit, I like to add a tag, a really short tag to the end of the verses. And if you do this, make sure you do it every single time and be consistent with the length of the tag. That way, the congregation, once they hear it the first time, they know it will occur every following time. How long should the tag be? Well, in my opinion, 2 measures is as short as you want to go. 4 measures is probably just right. Somewhere 2 to 4 measures is good. Anything over 4 measures, the congregation is maybe going to zone out, get a little bit bored if you do that after every verse. So somewhere between 2 and 4 measures, I think, is the sweet spot on the tag. Now, here's a tag that you could use with this hymn, Simple Gifts. I'm going to play the last phrase and then the tag. So you notice that on the 2 measure tag, I gave a lot of time for that 5 chord, almost a full measure. That way the congregation has ample time to mentally prepare and physically prepare for the upcoming verse. You also probably noticed that I did not break or add any time before immediately playing into the tag. On the final note, I added a scale which would indicate to the congregation that something is happening and they should not breathe and sing just yet. Hold their horses. If you were to hold that last note, pause and go right into the tag, I fear the congregation would think that you're going into the next verse and they would enter too early. So watch out for that. If you want to do none of those things I suggested and you do just want to play it as written, you can hold the last chord, break, indicating a breath, and then come in on the next measure. I think this can work if you have either a conductor conducting the congregation or you yourself are conducting with your head the choir and the congregation really clearly. For example, if I were visible to the congregation up front and I did something like this, most likely they're going to see it and they're going to come in with me. And if you've trained your choir to follow you, the choir will help the congregation enter together as well. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this little series on adapting hymns to the piano. I hope that you have expanded your skill set and seen how inspiring the piano can be as a hymn leading instrument. Maybe just as inspiring as the organ. I don't know. Dare I say it. We talked about addressing some of the challenges of the piano as well as some of the boons of the piano. We discussed techniques that can apply to all of those areas and help you be the best hymn leader on the piano that you can possibly be. Until next time, I am Hannah Cruz at the Church Musician's Assistant, and I wish you the happiest of hymn playing.